AJ defined hope. He lived much longer than they ever said he would. He never knew what life without pain was, but he always had a smile on his face. 3 months before he passed away, he said to our pastor at our local church, he goes, "I want to be baptized again." And he goes, "We wanted to know why, because I want to make sure when I die, I go to heaven."
My sister, who passed away in April of 21, my father, who passed away in September of 21, my father-in-law, who passed away in May of 2022, and my mother, who passed away in August of 2022. This is my sister. Very feisty. She definitely was very protective of her family. So if anybody messed with her family, they were on the wrong side. She was diabetic, her sugar dropped, and she ended up having a seizure. She ran off the road and ran into the tree. I went through that initial shock of my sister's not here anymore. With my dad, his was with COVID. It was anger that went through me. Then when it came to my mom, that was definitely a bit shocker. It was unexpected. I had just talked to her the hour before. She was so excited. Aiden was going to first grade, and he got to meet his teacher, and did you ask her this? Did you ask her that? The doctor came in and he said, unfortunately, she didn't make it. I remember dropping to the floor, and I'm like, just lost my sister, we lost my dad, how now my mama's gone? And she was like the rock of our family.
I miss the sleepovers I had with her.
My name is Karina. I was born and raised in Brazil, came to US about 20 years ago. Been living in Lakeland, Florida for 10 years now. I lost my mom less than 6 months ago. She had a stroke. She was no longer walking after having the stroke.
I would be watching her scream, and there was nothing I could do. Good Shepherd explained to me what we could do. She gave me options. She hugged me. It was the first person who realized I was losing my mom, who realized I was in pain. And she offered me comfort. Once again, she was there, she held my hands, and she said, "Karina, we have an option. You don't have to go through this here. Your mom doesn't have to go through this." I was tired to tell them who my mom was, who was this person that was laying there, that she deserved respect, and she was a great person.
He was in Good Shepherd Hospice for 10 months. When we pulled up to Good Shepherd, the nurse came out with the wheelchair, and everybody was waiting for him. They were lined up with balloons, and he knew at that point he wasn't coming home. He looked at his doctor and said, "I'm not going home, am I?" They decorated the room with superhero decals. There was no negative in AJ's life. It was always positive. It was, okay, what are we doing? I can't do this, but I'm gonna try. He wanted to ride a bike. There was hope because he got on that bike and he rode a bike. He played basketball. He did what he loves. We knew his time was coming to an end, and they planned an amazing birthday party. He loved superheroes. Superheroes was his thing. He loved them all, and they were all there for the party. There was a cake made specially for him with superheroes. He had a great day that day.
Talking with Miss Susie did help a lot with just being able to get my feelings out.
My mom was transferred to the Lakeland Hospice. People transferring my mom mentioned that I couldn't be in an ambulance with her. And I told them that if I couldn't be with her, she wouldn't be going, because my mom was claustrophobic and she couldn't stay by herself without my support. I called Good Shepherd and I said, "Can you help me? They not allow me to go with her." She said, "She's not going without you." And once again, in 2 minutes, the transportation guy came back and said, "You both coming." Arriving at Lakeland Hospice, we were greeted with so much love. I felt that I was at home. I felt somebody cared. I was prepared. They prepared me. January 31, 2023, I got to the room and I saw a lot of people there, and I knew exactly what was going on. I didn't have to ask because they kept us informed. We knew what her final hours would look like. It was peaceful. Peaceful to know that we were in the right place. We had our privacy in the room. We could say our goodbyes. It was comforting knowing that I'm not the only one. I'm not alone. So many people are going through so many things, and they understand you. That knew that even though I was smiling and talking to people, I was hurt, and they knew that.
Those resources that were available to me and my son has definitely helped us get to where we are today. Is it always easy? No, but it definitely is helpful to get through those, to help us get through those rough days.
Everybody that makes up Good Shepherd knew him and loved him. And I have to think that he's up there riding his bike and playing basketball